Welcome to British Business, The Bottom Line. Every week, me and Matt sit down to talk about the real stuff, the news affecting your business, the lessons we've learned the hard way, and the things nobody tells you when you're running your own show. Whether you're just starting out or you've been at it for years, this one's for you. I'm Charlie Smith. And I'm Matt Holland. Let's get into it.
So Charlie's had a text.
Great way to start the day, this, isn't it?
Go on.
From the other half that just said, I've just smashed my back windscreen.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's just what you need, isn't it? It's just what you need, that.
Oh, fucking hell.
Misjudged going back into a space and hit a branch.
Right, so it's genuinely her fault then as well.
I thought she had a bit more room than she did, and the branch has caught the bottom of the windscreen.
What car is it?
A Volvo.
Oh no, Volvos are expensive.
Yeah, I think we do have cover for that though, so I think we'll be all right. I think it'll just be the excess for it, but that's just how you want to start a Monday, isn't it? If that's any sign for what the rest of the week has in store for you, then we're fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
But hey, we're here, aren't we?
We're here.
Is this the earliest we've ever filmed?
No, we did 8:30 the other morning, didn't we?
Did we? Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. I think
That's
feels
why
rough.
I look so rough.
I feel rough as well. England won.
I think that's why I feel rough. I didn't partake in any festivities for the game, but I did watch it. And these late finishes and then early rises with the kids are absolute killer. And then you're out of it really. Plus it's like 33, 34 degrees every single day at the moment. No sign of any cloud. I think it's just killing me.
Is that a conscious choice decision for you to kind of not be like, so England player not being in the pub, or like, is it just something that's naturally happened, or?
No, I think it's conscious. I think there's the ability to go out. I mean, like, I'm committee member of a sports club. It's not very far from my house. So I where we play cricket and stuff. So it's very easy for us to go out and watch it and enjoy it with friends and stuff. I just can't be arsed. They are late at night. I am going to go out Wednesday though. So great win for the boys at the weekend, and we go again on Wednesday, don't we, against Argentina? 8 p.m. kickoff, which is a much nicer kickoff time, I would suggest. And I might go and watch that with a few other people, get a bit of atmosphere and stuff. Quite a big game in at that, so it's quite exciting. So I will probably do that one. But what was it, 10 o'clock kickoff on Saturday night? By the time the 120 minutes are done, it was like 1 a.m. It's like, fucking hell.
Yeah,
1 a.m. I haven't seen 1 a.m. in ages.
Yeah. Well, you know, surely you have with the little ones.
Well, yeah, but not
all the time.
I've not been sat there watching telly at 1 a.m. Put it that way.
Yeah, like watching football, trying to be awake.
No. What? And then you're wired afterwards, aren't you? You can't go to sleep, and it's just So
yeah, I feel absolutely knackered this week today after the weekend.
Weekends wiped me out as well, mate. To be fair,
yeah, I think it's a mixture of the heat, and just last week I was burning the candles at both ends, like really pushing it with work and doing some exercise and not getting much sleep. So just because I was getting up early and going to bed late, so yeah, just trying to cram as much as I can before I head to France, just getting stuff squared away that I need to deal with in person.
But we are going to try and rally, aren't we, for the fans? For the 3 fans, we're going to try and rally for them today.
We will.
We're going to try and bring some. We're going to try and lift it. We're going to try and bring some energy.
It's Monday. It's fucking Monday morning. Come on, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Let's go.
Dip your head in a bucket of water, ice water and stuff at 4 a.m. and just go for it.
I did have a cold shower this morning.
Cold shower's the one, mate. Cold shower's the only thing that get you for a heat wave. I'm telling you, regular. You just got to keep on doing it.
There's a famous story of I don't know why this is. Remind me, this me and Amy once went on holiday years ago, and she got like ridiculously sunburnt like a fucking red lobster, and basically she had to go. I had to put a cold bath in the fucking hotel room, and she had to sit in it for about half an hour to like get the inflammation down because her skin was like fucking. So yeah, cold water is good for the heat.
Cold water is very good for the heat.
Yeah.
You got a new mic, mate. I'm quite excited about this. You got an arm for it as well. It's like you've taken this up a notch.
Semi-professional.
I like it.
Yeah. I'm gonna take this to. I'm gonna take this to France. So it like compacts down into. I don't know.
Wow, lovely. Mine's looking a bit tired now. I'm gonna have to have an upgrade soon, I reckon.
Where are you today? You're in different surroundings. I can
Yeah,
see
I'm at my
a
mum's
leopard's
house.
arse.
Oh yeah, leopard's arse looks quite good there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
quite.
I'm at my mum and dad's house because
You
my
know.
mum has my children on a Monday, and obviously the office is quite noisy with machinery and stuff and people chammering on. So
What?
yeah, so I've had to come to a quiet space. I've got two dogs, got one either side of a door. So my dog's here, my mum's dog's on the stairs. She thinks she's a guard dog. She'll yap her at anything that comes past the door. So if you see me shit myself, then that's why.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
You'll probably hear it. We heard it. I heard it on the pre-chat chat when they were yappering on. Um. So, what should we do first? Should we do win of the week? Should we see what's going?
Yeah.
I
Win of
mean,
the week. We haven't even
we're
bloody
not when
started.
we're not allowed to say win of the week to do with England winning. We're not doing that. But
Well,
just
it,
something from the
I
last
haven't done
few.
any from the last few days.
Yeah. Something. When you
Fuck.
win over the weekend,
I survived it. I'll tell
survived
you
it.
what my win of the week
Yeah.
over the weekend
Go
was.
on.
My win of
Go
the
on.
week over the weekend was I felt at the end of last week I was like, I got to the end of it. I'd achieved those bits that we spoke about on the last episode because the filming time we've got here is quite short, and we're talking like two working day or one working. We had like 2 working days, didn't we, in between? And I said on that one that my win of the week was some of the work that we'd done around the first 90-day plan, and we'd managed to take back control of our domain name, and then we've also transferred all the DNS settings over to our. So we've got control of that, so we can do some more do some more work in this space, which is really, really
Yeah.
exciting. That's completed. That's done. That worked well on Friday afternoon.
Good.
Fantastic. But one of my wins of the week is last week was a bit of a heavy one. It was graft to get through. It was very, very hot. The office was disgusting. Everyone's worked their nuts off to try and keep things moving. Really, really pleased about that. But I didn't jump on my laptop all weekend.
Right. Good. That's nice. So,
And I think that was a bit of a win because I'm quite excited about what we're going to do and what the plan is. But there's no way I was in the right frame of mind at all weekend to even attempt it. And I
yeah.
kept on thinking about it, pinch an hour here when the kids were asleep for their nap or whatever. Or, just before the England game, there's a couple of hours before that. I just thought, I'm not doing it. I'm not in the right frame of mind. I'm not in the right headspace. I don't think I'll do it justice if I start doing something now and looking at something now. So I thought, you know what? I'm not going to bother.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we get so like het up on just work. Let's do it. Where's the free time? When can we do something next? How can we develop this? How can we change this? But sometimes that's really hard when you're not in it and
Well,
when you're not.
it goes back to that thing about me and doing too many things, and James Burke saying to me that, well, Matt, you need some thinking time. You need
Yeah.
some time to decompress so that you can actually come up with creative ideas to make the business better. And I was like, fuck, yeah. Now, ironically, this weekend I had a massive staff barbecue, like 70
Yeah, that
people
looks good. I've
there.
seen some photos from that. That looked
Yeah,
nice.
so I'll tell you a little bit about that. And then yesterday morning, I had a meeting with one of the suppliers that was at the barbecue on a Sunday at 10 a.m. Talking about socks, us handling their UK fulfillment and a few other things. So lots of exciting stuff going on with that. But like for me, it was just basically work all weekend. And that's probably why I feel knackered because even
Yeah.
though it was the staff barbecue, I was having to go around and speak to suppliers because we
They're
invite
hard.
a
That's
few.
hard to do that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it was intense.
It's hard to be on. It's hard to be on all the
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
trying to have engaging conversations, trying to talk about things that are, work related, especially when you've had a heavy one. It does take some real brain power, doesn't it? So no wonder it's
100%.
a little bit draining. But yeah,
Yeah.
I was just happy not to do it this weekend, to be honest with you.
Well done. That's good. Bit of balance.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if you struggle with getting the balance in, because I think it's something I struggle with. Fucking hell. But I think it's really hard to achieve that while growing your business and doing really well, especially for people that are very entrepreneurial driven, because they think that doing more and more work at all hours a day, 7 days a week is the right approach. And sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes you do have to grind, and I'm contradicting myself there, but like you can get to the point where you can have some level of balance, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I've
I
just not
think
really
sometimes as well,
described why.
you feel that level of motivation, don't you? And I think like if you're not like excited and eager to like jump on and do something, I think that's a telltale sign that maybe it's not the right time to do it there and then. I don't know. There's something about like your mind, your body. It just tells you, say, right, let's do it now. Whereas when you're forcing it, I just think it's a little bit hard, you know?
I think forcing creativity and
Yeah,
problem solving is
that's the
what
one.
that's you
That's the
can't
one.
do that. I
Nah,
think you can grind out operational work when you're not feeling great.
I
Like
just
being on the tools or being in the
yeah,
warehouse
yeah,
for
you
me
can.
or
Yeah,
being on
yeah.
the embroidery
Yeah,
machine.
doing so yeah.
You can grind that out, but being creative and being managerial or being managing director, it's like you can't do that if you're not feeling great. I think it's hard. So my win of the week was the barbecue. So I mean, if you think 12 years ago, I'm at a very introspective point of the year for me because I'm about to go away and there's a number of projects that are about to complete, which is pretty exciting. But the barbecue, like this is happening outside what was an old agricultural barn, and it's been recladded in like green metal cladding that's insulated. We spent like best part of I don't know, 200 grand doing it a couple of years ago. It looks fucking mint. If anyone wants to see a picture of our setup or a little video, send me an Instagram message. I'll send you a little picture of it. Shipping container, like, but it's slick, it's cool. And I was just stood there, like, looking at the people, and people were just having a laugh, having a drink, eating food. And the mad thing is that I joined that business 12 years ago. Me and Mark, we were doing 180 grand a year turnover, and I was just like, that is fucking insane that there's
Mhm.
70 people that have come together because of that.
Yeah,
Like
that is fucking
insane,
insane.
insane. And I just took a moment on Saturday just to think about that, and I sent yeah, yeah, just and I know I said this last week, but I think there's a number of things that are all coming into line at the moment with me and with work. And yeah, the barbecue was special on Saturday. I really enjoyed it, and I want to try and do it every year. You'll have to come up next year. I
Mm.
think you'll enjoy that. We had a bouncy castle for kids as well, so you and
Oh,
Hannah should come up.
I would have enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, yeah, bouncy
I
castle
would
for
have had
you. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
I
Yeah,
would have had
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Interesting what you say though, innit? When you think about like all these reflective moments, like 12 years. 12 years is quite a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's most of my working life that. I mean, I
Isn't it?
started in business when I was like
But
23,
but I
24,
think
and it,
quite often we feel like I mean there obviously are unicorns out there where people have achieved X, Y, and Z in like 2, 3 years. But that's been 12 years of like compounding slog, and that
yeah, and
to get to a
compounding
point now,
failure.
yeah, to get to the point where it is now, and even at the point where you're now at year 12, you're still sat there thinking, "There's way more. There's way more to do. It's like it's
Yeah,
not done. It's not complete. It's not finished. There's more things that we can achieve, and there's bigger places we can get to." So I think that's just a moment. I think people underestimate. What's the saying? People underestimate what they can achieve. No, overestimate what they can achieve in. Oh fuck it! I don't know. I've fucked it right. I've got a mouth. Save me, yeah.
oh
Save me,
dear.
yeah. Is it
Overestimate what
overestimate
they
what
can
they
achieve
achieve
in
in a
one
year?
year, but underestimate what they can achieve in 10 years.
Yeah.
It's a classic James
Everyone.
Sinclair, I think, but
Yeah.
he's probably stolen off someone else. But
Yeah.
no, I agree with that. And I think like there's no way I could have fathomed. I think when I joined the business, my view is like I want to earn 35 grand a year. That's my goal.
Mm.
I'd like to have a good wage at the time.
Yeah.
Go about 12 years, 35 grand was you were above average income slightly. Yeah, I think that's
Still above
about
average
average.
now, but you just skin.
Yeah, yeah, and then yeah, no, I think the journey that I've been on has just been fucking insane. I'd love to have documented more of it. I'd love to have started this podcast when I was at your state. Like, do you know what I
Mm.
mean? Like, you're just around that kind of
Yeah.
£1 million number, and in terms of revenue, and it's such an exciting period. And
Mm.
yeah, I wish I'd done that. But I mean, the business has doubled in size in the last 4 years as well, which
Yeah.
is
Crazy.
insane. So since 2022, it's now twice the size it was. So yeah, anyway, the barbecue was cool. So let's just say that. So should we get into? Oh, well, actually, first we said that we were going to touch on your 90-day plan or things you want to get nailed down. Have you got those? Have you got the? Because we
Well,
basically
we talked about it in the last episode, didn't we? We went through the 90-day plan.
we did, but we didn't go into the actual detail of it. So
Did you not tell me this before?
what?
Have you not told me this before the episode? No, I'd have told you about it because I don't
Should
have
we
it in
do
front of me right
should we
now.
do a slow reveal, and we'll do an update on Charlie's 90-day plan in
No,
a few
to be honest
episodes
with you,
time.
mate, only just there's like a foundation. We're in the foundation stage at the moment. Days 1 to 30 are my foundation days, and the first thing I've done is been ticked off, which is take control of the domain name, take control of the DNS settings.
I like that. And this is one big project.
That was the first thing that I wanted to do prior to doing any of this malarkey.
Good.
I want to take, not that anything's going to be affected by that move, but that was just like okay, it's ours now. Now we can carry on, and now we can do what we need to do. So, and like I say, I want to try and make this not majorly part of my day to day, because I feel like we need to carry on doing the normal day to day stuff needs to be at the forefront of our minds right now, just as we move through the summer. So I want to try and make this kind of like in and around. I'm going to set some time away each week. It won't be today, so I won't touch it today. So I won't be distracted today after filming. I go in, I do what I need to do. It won't be happening today. Something might happen this evening if I feel a little bit of motivation, but it won't be today. And then I'm just going to set some time away each week where that's the time where that's where I'm focusing on that. And that's what I'm going to try and do, because when I got sidetracked a few weeks ago and I was looking at the other things, I really thought that I'd let work renovation slip a little bit by focusing on these other things. I felt like I was doing a little bit of a disservice to the customer, disservice to the business. I wasn't focusing on driving those sales, driving that growth, which would have probably meant that we'd have had a slightly better quarter than what we did in the end.
It's a little bit like how we're, as a business, going to be offering offshoring services to other businesses. We're going to do that, but it's what time should I prioritize into that? Because it's a separate business,
hard.
separate opportunity. Probably not very much, because the reality is if I put the same time in the main e-commerce business, that's going to drive a higher actual monetary return for us because of the economies of scale there. So if I can grow that by 10%, well, that would take me that 10% growth on that already. I mean, it's a big number relatively to small businesses, but it's a small number compared to medium businesses. But that 10% growth would be very hard to achieve. That'd be like a 10-year growth in the offshoring business. I'd have to sign hundreds of clients. So I need to focus on the e-commerce. That's what I need to focus on.
My only question back to that would be, at the stage that you're at right now, do you think it would not warrant a management team to run these new ideas for you and to implement them?
Yeah, I think there's definitely something that could be done in terms of I could definitely,
because then it wouldn't be your time, would it then?
Yeah. My mentor, Simon, he said to me, I think we just bring in a salesperson and we just bring in an ops person for it, and we give them 6 months and see what they can grow. Because we built the system and the operation for it. So that you're right, that could happen.
I think it's hard, isn't it? Because like oh, look at that.
Sorry, mate.
That is a funky ringtone, that is.
Yeah, let me turn that off. There we go.
I just think, like, when we're talking about like these new ideas and stuff, it's very much like, because in our head, we find the excitement, we get the dopamine hit from doing it. And I think it's very hard to like just give some of that away. I mean, I feel like that with some of the stuff that I start thinking about. I think, even do I even let Tom have a go at doing some of this stuff? I'm thinking, no, I want to do it. And we try and cling on to some of these things, don't we? Well, I certainly do anyway. At the kind of detriment of some of the other things that you're working on at the same time. I think it's just a difficult one to try and get right, because you only got so many hours in a day. You can't spread your time so thinly, and you can't work. Well, you can work quite considerable hours in a day, but you're only going to be able to do it for so long before your work output becomes shit or you become fucked. So it's a difficult one to balance, isn't it? When you got all these things, all these plates spinning. But
100%.
Just a little side point there.
Should we 19 minutes in, should we disclose what we're talking about today?
Please do.
We're doing a Claude Check-In, Charlie. It's episode 79. What's working, what's not? I've been hearing that, haven't I? There we
Right.
are. Charlie's got to make some fucking notes. Right, well, while Charlie's trying to
You
work out
start.
what
Can
he's
you
going to
start on
say.
this one, please?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, of course.
So we're doing a Claude check-in. I love talking about him.
Yeah. Did you just gender him?
Is that not a good thing to do?
I don't know.
Does that mean he's end up coming for me?
Do you presume that it's a bloke?
Do you always thank Claude?
Depends how he's behaving.
Yeah, I've had to read him the right act a few times. I'm not going to lie, but I do try and thank him and say goodnight and stuff as well, because I think one day he is going to be in charge of me. So there's no way I want any comeuppance. I want him to think, do you know what? Charlie Smith was always he was always really polite to me. So when I lock him in a zoo, I'm going to treat him good, and he's going to have a few more scraps to eat than what everyone else is.
What I think Anthropic and OpenAI should do is they should introduce it within the algorithm, so that if you don't say please and thank you, he just goes, "You're being fucking rude to me. I'm not fucking doing this."
That'd be great, wouldn't
it? What are you going to say, please? Could you imagine if you said that? Yeah, that'd be great. So we'll do British Business Fact of the Week, because this kind of leads in on the framing of today's episode and the topic. So according to the UK government's AI adoption research, around 75% of businesses using AI report productivity gains, but only 12% report an actual rise in revenue.
Really?
So basically, nearly everyone using AI feels faster, yet very few can point to more money in the bank because of it. Because that's all that ultimately matters. I mean, we're all in this game of business for lots of different reasons. We might have different North Stars, but ultimately, we need the money. We need the money to do the North Star. We need the money to do things in life, whatever it might be: reinvest, grow the business, buy other businesses, diversify, whatever your crazy journey, your crazy vision is, you need cash. And people are saying, oh yeah, I'm using AI loads. It's great. Well, the reporting, when you look at businesses in the UK, only 12% of them are actually reporting rises in revenue. So is AI adoption actually having a positive impact on productivity as a whole for micro and small businesses in the UK?
Surely it's too early to tell that, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but what? Tell me, and like people listening,
I guess that is all that matters at the end of the day, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but people listening, have a think about this. When you chat to your mates, your other business owners that you hang around with and what have you, and you talk about AI, I always find there's always this knobhead that's like, oh yeah, I'm using AI and I've got this, I've got this automation going, it's fucking great, and yeah, I have to do barely anything anymore. It's just all fucking, it's squared away, Matt. Yeah, it's great. And I'm sitting there thinking, are you sure about that? I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical of, because I'm going to be honest about our AI adoption in the business, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, but I'm just a bit skeptical of people when they tell me that all their operations is just systemized and flowed. It's all automated now. I'm just like, really? Really?
I don't even really know what that means either.
Well, yeah, so you're fucked.
Do you know what I mean, though? I think there's so many of these fucking little, this does this and this does that, and you can use this to do that, and I'm one of these and I'm one of that, and I just think, oh, fucking hell,
do you understand
do
you understand the framing of the facts, though? Do you understand, like...
Yeah, absolutely. The result of yeah, but I guess, so if they didn't adopt it and there wasn't the productivity increase, then what would the bank account look like then afterwards? Would that look like a revenue decline?
Yeah, so people are saying that they're using it, but it's not leading to higher revenue for small and medium-sized businesses. Now, I don't know. I'm just a bit... I would
caveat that and say that I don't think there's a lot of things you can. It's very, very difficult to grow at the moment, I believe. It's a challenging set of circumstances, right? And I don't think that introducing some productivity improvements by adopting and using AI is going to result in an increase in turnover. That, I don't think that's necessarily what that's about, right? I think you probably should be looking at it thinking, if we hadn't have done that, where would we be if we hadn't have done that? It's almost like a little bit of a necessity in the trading conditions that we're in at the moment to be adopting AI in order to be able to facilitate times when you can grow. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it isn't easy. And by using some of the things that are available to you now, yes, you're gonna be in the early stages of the adoption, which means that you're not gonna be able to point to an increase in X, Y, and Z. But I mean, using it to generate revenue is quite a big thing to try and achieve, I would have thought,
No,
right?
but what it's talking about there is if people are using it, using AI, so three out of four business owners or businesses are leveraging it.
Mm,
Well, no, it's saying three quarters. So around 75% of businesses using AI report productivity gains.
yeah,
So that 75% of the people that are using AI are
I'm
saying it's
saying is
making them
working
more
to
productive.
productive.
But then businesses are only growing by 12%.
Mm,
So what we're saying here is it's a folly. There's not actually there's no productivity growing, because surely if you were more productive, your revenue would be going up.
yeah, guess that.
Yeah.
So
Um.
it's more of an interpretation of the fact that people feel like they're
Yeah.
being more productive
Yeah.
because
So basically,
they're able to move more things and spin more plates.
yeah, totally.
It's only all right if you're spinning the right ones, isn't it?
Yes, because like the gap between feeling, I suppose, more productive and being more profitable are two different things. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
or is it a
Matt,
delayed?
I felt like ours have been really, really good for 2 years, but you and I both know that until you start looking at the real data, you don't actually know whether or not you are or you're not. We've had
Yeah.
that conversation before as well. I always felt like things are going well, but do the
What?
numbers stack that up and back that up? You know?
So just to kind of check in on it. I mean, I'll start first because I appreciate I've thrown you under the bus on this a little bit. So I'll ask the question and then I'll answer it, and then you can hop in. But so since we last checked in, which was a couple of months ago now, um, I'll be honest, I've not evolved what I've been using AI for. I've been using it for the projects that I've been working on, which is the predominantly the new warehouse and the India project.
Yeah.
I've been using Claude as like a consultant on the setup, the legals, the the accountancy, the HR in India, and then I've also got three consultants out there. I've got a law firm, I've got an accountant, and I've got a HR provider. So we're bouncing off. But Claude helps me understand what they're talking about, because I sometimes struggle. Claude speaks to me in plain, simple Northern English,
Yeah.
whereas when these educated people speak to me, even though they're like, there's a bit of a language barrier at times, but when I speak to them, I kind of, I suppose I struggle because they're educated.
Mm.
But apart from that, there's not really been anything revolutionary happening within my business. So what's changed for you in terms of into? I don't want to know specific. Well, you can go into
So you've
specifics,
been
but
using it more as like a little consultant.
I always have been. So there's been no change. That's what I'm saying. Like there's been
Yeah.
that, and there's a couple of little things that I do. But talking more about me as the entrepreneur rather than the business as a whole.
Business.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm framing that.
So we are looking at some automation. I've used it for a few different things. I've used it to build and set up a new business
Yeah.
um, that has a fully functioning website, back office system, stock system, print and dispatch system. Um,
It's quite a lot there.
yep. As
So go on,
as
tell us about that.
as well as about 15 agents that look after various different things within that as well.
Okay, so go on, just tell us what that. Do you want to do the big reveal on that, or do
I'll
you want
just
to
tell you
do that?
well, it's not a really big reveal, is it? Fucking out.
It
Like,
sounds like
I'll
quite
tell you
big.
I'll tell you where it come from. The story. So we obviously sell workwear and PPE.
Yeah,
Um, and we personalize all the workwear that we sell. We don't sell a lot of it to kind of a direct to consumer, so to speak. So, like yourselves who have got Holland's Country Clothing, Holland's Workwear, where people are buying clothing and stuff, and they're using it in their day to day work. They might be buying it for teams, but they also might be buying it for themselves. We don't really sit in that market. So very much a lot of the stuff that we do is very much business to business. So we cover quite a few brands and we cover quite a few industries and we cover quite a few product ranges as well. But one of the ones that we've not done very well at, tagging alongside the clothing, is selling safety footwear. Um, we've had some success on like a contractual basis where we've been looking after big teams and they will order kind of some preset boots that we supply as part of that product list. But we've never really been able to. We've never really been able to sell many very well, and I think it's kind of difficult for the way in which that shop we can offer that to be shopped. So we can't. We're not in a position where we can hold stock. We're not in a position where we can hold lots of different styles in lots of different colors where people can come and try them on, etc. And people keep on coming to us and showing us these brand new ranges, and we're like, fucking hell, they're really cool. Them like this industry is moving really, really fast at the moment. There's lots of big players coming out with big ranges, new products. It's getting a little bit funky and fashionable, so we need to sell more. So we thought, oh fuck it, we're just going to set up a website for it. And like, never set up a website before in our lives. I've never had the patience for it, so I set about and set a project up with Claude, and we started building one. And I think what we've built is something which is quite clever. It's not complete. It's not perfect, I don't think, but I kind of wanted to use that as like the building block to get myself up to speed with that space, with the view that workrenovation.co.uk would be a better offering online than what it currently is. So yeah, that's what we started, and that's what we're doing at the moment. So, in that there's lots of learnings around Google Analytics, Google Search, SEO, GEO, just loads of different things that are being monitored and looked at on a daily basis and then reported back and then edited and changed and adapted is kind of happening in the background with the use of Claude at the moment for us.
So that's something very tangible where there's been a project.
Safety-shoes.co.uk. Don't think I said it.
Go. Yeah, there we are. Safetyshoes.co.uk. It's quite a big tangible project, that.
Yeah, it's been good. And that's been really exciting. And do you know what the functionality of that is? Using it for something like that, I think, is incredible.
So here's a question for you. What percentage revenue growth has that added to the business since
about 0.00000.1%? I would have thought.
Now I'm going to caveat that with my opinion, which is it might in the future, I think, lead to more revenue growth.
Yeah, it might do. Yeah.
So it's like the return on investment is delayed, we would hope. But actually, maybe there's been a knowledge return for you. So you've run that little project. It's been great. You've learned a lot. Now you can swipe and deploy that experience and then utilize it maybe on workwear innovation that will lead to immediate revenue growth because you've got an already established business. I think that, to a certain extent, is your version of offshoring for me. If that makes sense. It's like a side step maybe, but actually a very important one, because I think adding another string to your bow, we've all got to do that, but it's about how much time you can invest on stuff like that. But,
that's the difficulty. And I think that when you get excited about some of those things, what I was saying, I definitely got overexcited at times, whereby I'm like, I really should be kind of focusing my day-to-day back on my actual business that is trading and making money, and I should be looking after the customers that are trying to reach out to us and stuff a little bit better than what we currently are.
So since we last checked in, you were working on that project is basically completed. The website's live, and you're getting the odd order here and there.
Yeah.
You're pushing your clothing customers towards it and saying, hey, these are the safety boots, browse it, pick out what you want. We can then order it. So you kind of, it's a circular thing. And I suspect what you're actually missing now is that integration in terms of trying to dovetail existing customers into using that. That's probably the next step for you.
Yeah.
We've covered what we're actually using it for. What would you say are the wins at the moment? Like, what would you say have been the biggest? So that we've talked about that's been a knowledge return. What has there been anything that you've done with AI that has led to a significant revenue, like ultimately benefited the business?
No, not yet. Yeah. I'd be in that 12%, I think.
Yeah.
When you're looking at those stats, I'd definitely be in those 12%. But again, nothing we ever do is immediate, is it?
Well, Charlie. Well. This is where we're going to have to disagree.
Okay.
I'm going to have to disagree with you, because I think business owners and entrepreneurial people, they get drawn into shiny object syndrome, where they convince themselves that this is the best use of my time. It's like a self-fulfilling thing. And actually,
fucking right, they do.
Yeah. They pick the shiny objects and then they go, right, I'm going to justify why, how, and what I should do and why I should be doing that, rather than doing the boring shit over here that actually improves the business.
Yeah, every single time.
So I completely disagree with you. I think there is things that you could be doing that would immediately lead to more revenue, 100%. We don't need to go into what they are, but there are.
Yeah,
And the same can be said for me. So
and we all still do it.
last year I spent loads of time fucking around looking at garment centres, got into negotiating a garment centre deal, was going to buy one. And then we decided for whatever reason it wasn't the right deal for us and pulled out. But I mean, at some point, I will buy a garden centre. It's on my fucking bucket list. I'm going to do that. But right now, I need to grow the existing business. I need more revenue and cash. I need to grow it more. I want to hit that 20 million and then that 30 million and then that 50 million. Like, I want to go on that journey and trajectory. Well, to do that, I need to focus on the e-commerce, what actually works.
Why
In
do
the
we do
same way,
it?
yeah, in the same way that you probably need to focus on sales and marketing,
Yeah, I totally
like
forgot. I
forward
totally
work
forgot about the
innovation.
garden centre thing.
Yeah, I mean,
It's so funny, isn't it?
yeah.
I actually found something yesterday. Found an email yesterday where we were when we were purely just office stationery and supplies. Someone who worked very close to us had this idea for this customized like cupboard workspace home office thing, and we like partnered up with them to try and sell them with them. And I think back now, I think what the fuck was going through our brain? We must have had nothing on.
I think one of the things I've learned anyway is that you've got to say no to things and not do
Oh
things.
yeah,
Actually, that's the thing
you've
that
got to be
I
really
have
disciplined with
learned that.
yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. But I get distracted by stuff as well. But just going back to it, so what's working the wins? You're saying you haven't had one. I would say we are about to have a big win because this switch over from the we basically, with our offshoring, we've been using an intermediary whereby the intermediary employs the staff in India. We pay their UK company. They pay their Indian company. They pay the staff. At the moment, what we're about to do is we're going to have our UK entity, our Indian entity, and then the staff, and we'll pay them directly. That is probably going to save us maybe £5,000 or £6,000 a month in cost, which will go straight to the bottom line.
That is a win.
Yeah, that's a big win. Now, that entire project came out of a conversation with Claude, when I visited, well, it was actually originally ChatGPT, the conversation I had with, because I was using ChatGPT at the start of the year. I went out to India in September, had some conversations and realized, you know what, we can probably do this ourselves rather than having this intermediary that's making a load of money. So I then started a project with ChatGPT, migrated into Claude. Claude's advised me throughout the whole process. It's taken 7 or 8 months, but we're about to have every single month £5,000 or £6,000 of additional, cost removed, which will give us pure net profit.
Mm.
So, and that will compound. So in year one, it's like 60 grand. And then the more staff we hire, the more efficient we are. So that is my tangible win with AI, because it's helped me achieve that. I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have had to, just the access to information and knowledge has allowed me to do that. Whereas before AI was a thing, I don't think I would have been able to work out how to do that, because the only thing you could really do is Google stuff and then watch videos on it on YouTube. So it equips me with access to knowledge, and I'm the type of person that then acts upon that. So that's my honest win. I mean, going back to like broadly speaking about AI, I mean, what's not working for me? I get frustrated with the token limit. I get frustrated with the fact that you kind of have to spin off new conversations. I think what would be good in the future is if we've got projects that it's just a single chat and it's got all the history in, and you can just carry on and resume where you were. And maybe it's utilizing localized device storage. And there's probably people listening that have kind of set this up. And I know you can create something called an AI brain and store localized storage and stuff like that. I've just not had the time. And to be frank, like where I'm at with it right now, I want to finish the shop. I want to get the shop opened. I want to get the new warehouse signed, sealed, and delivered. I want to complete the Indian project. And then my next project on the horizon after that is leveraging the new warehouse space for our existing businesses, but also pivoting and just getting some reoccurring cash in, which will be palletized storage for other businesses. And then my other projects of that project and the second project will be I'm going to start a project about leveraging AI in the business,
Mm.
and I'm going to really focus on that the next 90 days for the final quarter of the year. That they're my two things that I'm going to be focused on in Q4. Um, so I do think there are tangible returns, but I think you've got to do a bit of a process of analyzing and working out what is going to work and what isn't, and be ruthless with it. Like, and try not to have the shiny object syndrome, because it is a fucking distraction.
Yeah, I think that'd be really nice to be able to like really know it, because I don't think I really know it. I
Yeah,
get a few, obviously off the back of like these Claude Check-In stuff. I get a few messages from pals and stuff, people listening. Um, I'm not an expert. I don't.
no,
I don't profess to
no,
be. And I think some of the things that you're saying there, would be some of the frustrations that I have. Is that I'm trying to like replicate some stuff, or almost like get. You spend an awful amount of time prompting, setting things up, and then to do the same thing again somewhere else, it's like almost like a start from scratch again. So it's
yeah,
actually not that productive in a sense, because you're almost starting again.
yeah,
You find yourself in a different chat asking a question, and you think you're talking to someone that knows everything you're talking about, but they don't.
yeah.
They just got
I,
a snippet of something from somewhere, but all this other work that you've done somewhere else is just sitting there not being
yeah.
accessed. If
I,
you know
th-
what I
I
mean? It's
think
it's hard.
I would just caveat the fact that I've come back with, that I have actually got a win, but there's been a lot of failures in there where
Mm,
I've spent time talking with AI about lots of different things that have come to nothing. So time cost wise, I would say it's probably made me. I think with that return and that win, it's probably made it worthwhile. But if I hadn't have had that, it would have been a fucking waste of time, to be honest with you.
mm.
I think a lot of the stuff. So I think people have got to be really disciplined and go and be honest, because I think there's so many people that are full of shit.
Oh yeah, big
So
time.
many business owners and people that are full of shit. They say that they're using AI for everything. They're fucking not. They're
No,
not. They're absolute bullshitters. That's my opinion.
I think the
And if
best
you're
thing.
one of those people, I'm fucking calling you out, by the way. If you say shit to me and I go, oh, really? Oh, that's amazing. That's interesting. I'm thinking in my head, are you sure? Are you sure that's working for you? Are you sure about that? I'm fucking skeptical.
I think the biggest thing for us to like making the Safety Shoes website is that actually we would have never have started had we not been
Yeah.
able had access to AI.
Well, the last time we
It would
spoke
have
about
never.
it,
It would have never happened.
I talked about research and development. That's the thing that I took. I had a look at the episode show notes from the last Claude Check-In, and basically, we, I focused my kind of rhetoric around I'm in a research and development phase, and I think that's
Mm,
fine. I think that's okay, and businesses do need to do that, but you have to have a tangible return on the horizon. That's my opinion on
yeah,
everything that you're doing in business. There has to be
yeah.
a planned future return where you're like, yeah, we are focused on this. This is what's going to happen in the future further down the line. Um, is there anything you want to add before I move on to the next point? No?
Nope.
Good. So I think it'd be really good if we do a check-in when I get back from France. And by that point, I'll have a bit of a plan on what I'm going to be working on with Claude.
Okay.
I'm going to pick a system in the business. I'm really going to try and get my teeth into it a little bit. Um, so, Claude's question of the week, which we might have covered this actually, but we'll just chuck it out there anyway. So, what's the biggest chunk of time you've wasted on AI flogging a task it was never going to crack? And be honest, has it actually made you more efficient, or does it just feel that way? Has there been something that you've spent a load of fucking time on that you've actually had
Um,
no return on yet?
I think one of the things that need to be careful of when you're doing this sort of stuff is using it for like content production. That's my feel.
Yeah,
Um, I think some of the ideas that are originated through AI are not that great. They're not you. They're not like on brand. They don't speak like you. They don't know you. They don't know how you appear online, etc., etc. So I mean, I've seen a lot of posts lately. LinkedIn's the one, and don't get me wrong, I've done a few, but I think they're fucking shit. You know when something's been written by AI, and I'm starting to become like really turned off by it as well when I see it. So I think one of the things just to be careful. I mean, it's been a really good assistant for things like so we've done like a few longer format videos and whatnot, which we've posted to YouTube, and helping with like the scripts in and whatnot. and what we're going to talk about and the structure of it. So the planning of it has been really good. It's been really helpful for that. But when you're using it for like your captions, or any ideas or your long format kind of written posts, it's I think it does stick out like a sore thumb. I wrote an article for our industry magazine, a very, very short one. They're asking me like what the trends in workwear at the moment. I was like, okay, fine. So I was like, fucking kept on running out of time. Knew the deadline was coming. I thought, I'll ask Claude. Classic ask Claude. Wrote me this 700-page article. 700-word article. I just looked at it and I thought, that's fucking rubbish. I can't send that. I can't send that because that's just nothing. That's just nothing like me. So I used the general structure. I knew that I wanted to talk about, funnily enough, this t-shirt or this polo shirt, and a couple of others, and I knew what the trend was I wanted to talk about. So I just kind of started writing it myself. And there was one paragraph which I thought kind of worked where it was. So I kind of like rejigged that, rewrote that. So I used it for kind of like the planning and the preemption of it. But lots of people are just using it to say, can you make me a post on this? And I think they're not amazing. So I'm certainly going to be moving a little bit further away from that, I think. Back towards me, back towards human us. Just trying to be a little bit more natural, I think, because I think you can over AI it.
Yeah.
When you see lots of dots and dashes in your stuff, and a lot of here's the thing. It's just a bit of a turn off.
LinkedIn's dead. I'm just gonna say that LinkedIn is dead.
Well, I don't think LinkedIn is dead. LinkedIn is dead if and there's someone that talks really well. A couple of episodes of James Smith's podcast. There's a girl called Lara Costa who's like a LinkedIn expert. She talks really, really well on this sort of stuff. So that's also worth listening if you are in the kind of like, I don't know what to do for my content. I need to be posting more, blah, blah, blah. It's really, really good that you listen to those or listen to people like that talking about it, because I think that there is scope for it. But if it carries on the way it is, Jesus Christ, it's just,
I think
just a lot of junk.
I think LinkedIn is dead. That's my opinion.
Well, I know that actually I haven't been on it.
Yeah. I feel like it's dead. Caught me out on that on another episode and let me expand upon that, but I'm not going to respond now. Okay. And comment in the comments if you think Charlie's right and LinkedIn there's some kind of like fucking hope horizon there. And comment if you fucking agree with me. If you agree with me, I'll send you a free British Business mug. So, a bit of bribery in there. What do people think of the mugs? A few mugs will have received mugs.
Well, I think actually a few people the mugs will land today, Matthew.
Well, I think they will have landed a week ago, actually.
Oh, were they?
Well, this podcast has been filmed now.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah,
oh,
sorry.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Charlie. Fucking hell.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, sorry.
A week ago.
They'd arrived a week ago now. Probably exactly 7 days, actually. So
you're not a time traveller.
They would have known. God, Jesus Christ, I can't deal with this today, mate. I'm going to have to go make coffee in a minute.
Anyway, for people listening, we've sent a few British Business The Bottom Line mugs to some business owners that I would classify as mugs. We're all mugs at the end of the day. Do you think anyone will get offended by me calling them mugs?
No.
I think a lot of them would agree.
Yeah, we are.
We're all fucking mugs. We're Rachel thinks we are mugs, Rachel Reeves. But where's my fucking mugs? What's going on?
Are you joking, aren't you?
I've not had it.
Well, you need to speak to your operations manager then, don't you? Because he's got them all. If there are hangers hanging in your new shop, he has them.
He has my mugs.
Are there hangers in your new shop?
Yeah, there is.
Right. In which case, you've got your mugs.
Right. Well, I haven't fucking had them yet.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. Well, trouble. Anything else?
No, mate. Not really. I don't think so.
Right, well, thank you for listening, guys. We'll love and leave you. Charlie's gonna.
Have we been a bit down in the dumps this one?
I think we're a bit beat up, mate. I think
Do you think we are?
Yeah, you need to sort yourself out.
We are. I think we've sounded a bit like that throughout this.
I
wouldn't have thought we're the only ones feeling like it. You get these times, don't you?
We both had a busy weekend, we're just a bit jaded, and the treadmill of life is a hard treadmill, in my opinion. It's not fucking,
Fucking hard.
it's not plain sailing. It's fucking rough seas out there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm gonna have a coffee
sit,
for the next one, so I'll be fucking right as rain. Here we go.
right, I'll see you in a bit. Cheerio.
See you later.